Good morning. This is October the 30th, Monday, and we are in BBA first semester, section A class. And yesterday we had assigned you a task to read the 15 paragraphs of the essay "School is Better for Children," and we had asked you to come up with 15 questions, one question at least for each paragraph. Wait a minute, let me just turn on this. I need to do so many things, right? Technical things, and they really disturb me. They kill my time. Now I haven't charged my recorder. And actually, if I don't use it, the voice is so low, people can't get what we're saying. Just keep it here. I wish I had a personal assistant, right, who could do all these things for me. Okay, so you were given the tasks to come up with 15 questions for 15 paragraphs, right? So what I will do, you will read your questions. I'll give this device to you and you will hold it and read it. Your voice will be recorded. And then I'll point at someone in the class and they will answer the questions. So let's get our first question. What's the first question? Read the first question we have. What is the first question? This one. Can only school teach children how to learn or be able to accept education? Do you think that only school can teach children to be able to learn and accept education? Can't they do it themselves? If so, why? Who will answer? So I will answer. Our question is, can children learn on their own at home? What do you think? Who will answer? Let me read once again the questions. Can only school teach children how to learn or be able to accept education? Can't students do it on their own? If they can do on their own, how and why? Our question is clear. On first paragraph she says, do you think only schools can teach us? Do you think that we can study at home also? I want you to say something to this one. All these things. The question is, do you think that we can learn only at school? Do you think that we can also learn staying at home on our own? If you think that we can learn stay home on our own, how do you think we can learn? Say something. Have a loud voice for the class. Yeah. Yes. Go on. Okay, so you say that we can learn better at school because we have people, others sharing knowledge, we have teachers sharing knowledge with us, we have a setup, we have a library, and we may not have all these things at home. So you say that learning can be better at school than at home. Okay, so look, she has the view that learning at home probably cannot be so effective as learning in a formal setting like college. Who will disagree with that? I want someone to disagree with that and say that, no, I think learning at home is more effective. You would disagree? Okay, say something. Okay, disagree. So did you get her? She said that learning in a college setting is more effective. And she said that we can share with friends in class, we have certain people with us, we have teachers, for example, we have library and other settings. So these facilities will make it easier for us to learn. So can you disagree with that and say something that, no, we can learn outside school also?
We can learn outside of school because we have so much technologies over here. And
Like for example?
Like we have Zoom meetings, like we have, like now we
Okay, you have Zoom at
ChatGPT where we can get
ChatGPT.
also. And like, she told that, like only school can taught us knowledge. That is also the point, but like when you come to college, they will be like, Jani, it's the one, and we get demotivated there. Like,
That you brought a nice point. In college we have competitors, in college we have people who judge us. But when we learn at home, independently, there is no one to judge us, right?
we are confident on our answers.
That's a wonderful idea. I like that because I read so many things at home. And when I read at home, I enjoy because I know nobody is going to judge me. And nobody is going to evaluate me. And there is no teacher saying that you did better than her or him, right? So that's very wonderful. Wonderful. Can we get a second question that you have got from paragraph 2? What's the question paragraph 2? How does school make a child less curious? Good question from paragraph 2. So our question is, how does the school make a child less curious? Who will answer? Who will answer? I want everyone to get at least one chance. Okay, she seems to be answering. I thought, can you answer? What's the question? How does the school make kids less curious? You can tell your experience. Yeah.
When it comes to school, they go on about a certain pattern, but a child can learn, but a child has a different pace of learning at the same time.
Okay.
Taking everybody at the same pace is...
I'm getting you. I guess you said that schools have a curriculum and they have a set pattern of learning. And that one model may not fit to different learners. So in that sense, a learner may not be able to meet up that pattern and he may be demotivated and he may lose his curiosity. I agree with that insight. You said something useful. When we bring a child to classroom, then they have subjects, curriculum, lessons, chapters. Children may not like them or may like something else, but they have to study things they don't like. There's an argument that we should allow students to develop their own curriculum. Is that a good idea? There's an argument that if you come to BBA, for example, at least one subject should be such where you make your own curriculum. I was doing a degree and there was a subject called independent study. In that paper, I could choose my own books, my subject, and I could write my own exam. There was no curriculum. I would make my own exam, my own curriculum, and I did that. That's a wonderful idea. Okay, can I get your questions on paragraph 3? Yesterday you were absent. So what's the third question for third paragraph? Okay. So the third question is, how does the traditional educational system shape a child's self-perception and curiosity? Good question, but tough question. I see. If you made this question yourself, you have got a very good understanding of the paragraph. How does the traditional educational system, like this one, shape a child's self-perception and curiosity? I know the paragraph gives a good answer. For example, in third paragraph, the writer tells what kind of self-perception the child develops because teachers say something to the child in the school. Who will answer? You can consult the paragraph. Yeah, I want someone to answer.
Sir, not understood.
It's understood? For example, let me take you to paragraph 3 and show you. Paragraph 3, I'll show you. See, in a great many other ways, he learns that he is worthless. See the perception. Traditional education develops the perception that a child thinks I am worthless because I don't know anything. Teachers might say, have you heard?
And they got demoted.
Have you heard this kind of mocking, scolding attitude? If you don't know, nothing is wrong in not knowing. If you don't know something, it's not wrong. Right? We don't know, that's what we are here to learn. But some teachers have this attitude. I may have this attitude, right? So let's read. In a great many other ways, he learns that he is worthless, untrustworthy, fit only to take other people's orders. See, this is what is the question? How does this traditional system shape child's self-perception? So the child learns that he is worthless. He is only fit to take others' order. He is a blank sheet. Oh, we make a lot of noises in this school about respect for child and individual differences and the like. But our acts, as opposed to our talk, say to the child, your experience, your concern, your curiosities, your need, what you know, what you want, what you wonder about, what you hope for, what you fear, what you like and dislike, what you are good at, or what you are good at or not so good at. All this is not of the slightest importance. It counts for nothing. So the child develops the perception that he has no value in this school. He has no utility in this school. He has no voice. He is no one in the school. Everything is a teacher. Right? Sarve Sarva is teacher. You know Nepali word Sarve Sarva? What does Sarve Sarva mean? All in all. Sarve Sarva means all in all. The teacher is all in all. This perception. That's wrong. Then, okay, so I think I've answered the question. I've answered the question by showing you in the paragraph because you said it's difficult to find out. So let me check the next 4th paragraph and see what this child has got. Can you do the 4th paragraph?
Why does the author learn to dodge love and cheat?
Specific question. Very specific question. So she has a question. Why does the author learn to dodge, bluff and cheat? Let me simplify. The writer says that when you send a student, small child, to a formal education system where they make the child sit on a bench and desk and they teach you so many things, finally what does he learn? He learns to dodge, he learns to bluff, tell lies, and he learns to cheat. And her question is, why do you think children learn this wrong behavior? Bluffing, cheating, and feeling lazy in class. Why? I know the answer. I know the answer. I want everyone to speak and contribute. Okay. Who would like to say answer? The question is, why do you think the child becomes lazy? Why does he bluff and why does he cheat? Paragraph 4. Who would like to answer? Okay, I will blindly go and catch someone and they will answer my question. They will answer my question. Yeah, like it. So you will answer. Hold it. What's your name? Okay, I'll answer. The question is, why do you think children become lazy? Why do you think they tell lies? Why do you think they cheat when they spend some years in school?
So I think the child doesn't want to be left behind with the assignments, and that's why they cheat and tell lies.
Okay, good. You said the child does not want to be left behind the assignment. He knows that if he does something wrong, the teacher will insult in front of the class. So to save his dignity, he cheats and shows correct answer. Right? Good. What else can you say? Why does he bluff and dodge? You can consult the paragraph. If you have difficulty, you can consult the paragraph. Quickly. Okay, thank you, well done. Let me catch up another question from Vigya. Vigya, where is the question? There are 5. Read out the question. There are 5.
Although the traditional schooling system limits the child interaction with other children and what impact this have on the social resources.
Okay, is there are 5? 5? Are you sure? Make sure. It's 5 or 6, I don't know. 6? Okay, I'll come back to you. Who has got a question for a 5? Let me read it.
How does school deal with
Okay, here's a question on para 5. What's your name? Huh? Sumis. Okay, para 5. How does school teach a child to be indifferent? At one point we read that finally, gradually, the child does not care about people around him. He does not listen to them. He does not talk to them. And he has no concern about what's going on around. So here's the question. How does the school teach children to be indifferent to the world around them, to be indifferent to the environment around them, to be indifferent to people around them? And I come to... Yes, you will answer. What's your name? The question is, how does the school teach a child to be indifferent? Okay, Anuruddha says that a school makes child indifferent by making them do extracurricular activities. Do you agree? Is that what the paragraph says? Correct him. Correct him. Because he said that a school makes a child indifferent by making them do extracurricular activities. And I think this is not what the paragraph says. So quickly consult paragraph 5. Anybody want to give right answer? Anybody? Let's check if these two girls can do that. Come on, say something. Answer this question. How does the school teach a child to be indifferent? Is dangerous, right? He comes one by one with questions and demands answers, right? A difficult teacher indeed, right? How does the school teach a child to be indifferent? Who would like to answer? Okay, try.
Because they are curious about people.
Okay, they are curious about people, fine.
And like,
Paragraph 5. Let's check paragraph 5. For example, let's do it together, no problem. See paragraph 5. The child comes to school curious about other people, particularly other children, and the school teaches him to be indifferent. The most interesting thing in the classroom, often the only interesting thing in it, is the other children. But he has to act as if these other children all about him, only a few feet away, are not really there. He cannot interact with them. Look, how does school make indifferent? The school does not allow a child to interact with another children in the class. I'll say something in Nepali, right? No, I don't know what this is.
you can say.
Achha, right now, I'm feeling very painful. I'm feeling painful. I'm feeling painful as a teacher because I'm really feeling painful. My heart has become heavy. Because I see that my students do not know how to read. I'm sorry for that. That's why you can't find the answer. Reading is a task of wisdom. And reading develops intelligence. Reading develops intelligence. Look here, you were not able to figure out this. He cannot interact with them. The school says, don't make noise. Have you heard? When you talk among yourself, you may be talking about English words, meanings, but teacher will come and say, why were you talking? Right? Then talk with them. The teachers don't allow children to talk among themselves. They don't allow children to smile at one another. In many schools, he can't talk to other children in the halls between classes. Even I know about one school. Oh God, was that a jail or a school? In the recess, in the break time, teachers were appointed to be in the ground and observe behavior. Very famous school. And that school appointed DIs and teachers in the break time in the ground. They will be dispersed in the corners and they will listen what is talking, what are doing. And if you feel so much observed, you're not comfortable. Right? Look here. In more than a few, and some of these in stylish suburbs, he cannot even talk to them at lunch. Even they are not allowed to talk to them. So how does the school make them different? The school makes children indifferent because it discourages interaction.
But it is only in some school, but we don't have.
But it is only in?
Like some schools, like in our school, we don't have that.
Okay, I agree. So you brought a new point. What John Holt says cannot be applicable to all schools. We definitely do. Because his essay is based on American experience and the experience of his time. Maybe he wrote maybe decades ago, right? So today we definitely agree that things have changed. And schools are not like that. So I'll encourage you, form a group of four, 5 friends, 2 or 3 friends, and pick up a camera and visit a school and talk to the principal and teachers and say, we have come to observe this school. We read an essay, and this essay so this thing, and we want to observe, and then write a report.
They won't let
I will allow you to go to LA school right now. Why do you worry? I'll talk to them.
Like they will just show their good points. They won't show their fault point. Like they will already train their student before we came.
Now depends on you. Go talk, convince them, and they will allow you.
No, like
I want to see how intelligent you are. I want some people here to pick up a school and visit the principal, talk to them, and make observation, bring a report, and then tell. Hall says this, Divakar sir, I went to school A in this place and I found this difference. These points are true, these are not true. I'll be happy and I'll give you more marks. Because you do everything only for the marks, right?
Yes.
That's the culture we have, right?
Yes.
We don't do things if we don't have marks, right? Okay. So we talked about 5th question. Now let me come to number 6. Agyat Vigyat is the 6th question. Are you sure it's 6 question? Okay, number 6. Vigyat is the question. How does the school environment influence a child's awareness of the world? And what might be the consequences for their emotional well-being? When I see the quality of the question, I sometimes doubt if you produce the question or the chat GPT or AI produce the question, I don't know. Yeah. Because see the language. If you can form such questions,
Then
you are more intelligent than your teacher. Here's the language here. What does the school environment, how does the school environment influence a child's awareness of the world? And what might be the consequences for their emotional well-being? Oh God. Let's talk to them and then find out how they got the questions. Let's be honest, right? No problem. Who wrote the question? Who made the question? No. I mean, you got it? Okay, just share the idea. How did you get it? No problem. Nothing is wrong with chat. I'm happy. Just, I want to know how you got it. Just share the experience, how you got it. No problem. Nothing is wrong with getting it from chat. Who gave you this question?
On the internet.
Okay, right. Right now you made it? You made it right now? Or at home? Okay, yeah, good. So, you use ChatGPT or AI being so what do you use? Okay. how did you take help? What instruction you gave to ChatGPT? What did you write here in the prompt to get this question? I want to know. Like, did you give the paragraph, or did you say the book's name and paragraph name and said give the question, or how did you get it? I simply want to know. Come on, Pranav.
Yes.
Let's be transparent. How did you get it? Okay. I just wanted to know what instruction you give to ChatGPT to get the question. Well, okay. Not a bad idea. Did you also get the answer? This evening, try the answer. Okay. There's nothing wrong if you use ChatGPT or if you use AIs, but be transparent. If you are using AIs, share with the teacher. I've used this. Okay? Nothing is wrong. If you take help, but tell people that I took help from this source. Do not present other people's ideas as your ideas. That's the truth. Okay, so here's a question, difficult question, and I don't know who will answer.
Make simple question.
Huh?
Make simple questions. So
Okay, how does the school environment influence a child's awareness of the world, and what might be the consequences for their emotional well-being? Let me read paragraphs. In fact, he learns how to live without paying attention to anything going on around him. You might say that school is a long lesson in how to turn yourself off, which may be one reason why so many young people seeking the awareness of the world and responsiveness to it as they had when they were little think they can only find it in drugs. Aside from being boring, the school is almost always ugly, cold, inhuman. Even the most stylish glass windowed $20 a square foot schools. And the question is, how does the school environment influence a child's awareness of the world? I'm not able to answer this question.
no one is able to answer.
I think only ChatGPT can answer the question.
Let's talk.
So I want someone to answer this question. I can't answer. I read the paragraph. One second.
There is no answer.
Huh?
That because it is already the answer. Question is giving already the answer. Because
Okay, you said the question is giving answer. Explain how. Explain how. Explain how.
Like influence a child awareness of the world and what might be the consequences, like consequences of well-being game. And like here I have written like you might say that school is long lesson in how to turn yourself off, which may be one reason why so many young people seeking the awareness of the world and sensitive to it. And
Whole paragraph with the answer. Okay, let's listen to him. He has something to say.
Yes.
What was his answer? Okay. So here's a question, and let's see what he is going to say. The question is, how does the school environment influence a child's awareness of the world, and what might be the consequences for their emotional well-being?
Because when nobody ever says anything,
Have you gone to the paragraph 6?
like they
I want you to check paragraph 6 and then the rest.
play a kind of.
In fact, he learns how to live without paying attention to anything going on around him. You might say that school is a long lesson in how to turn yourself off, which may be one reason why so many young people seeking the awareness of the world and responsiveness to it as they have when they were little think they can only find in drugs. Aside from being boring, the school is almost always ugly, cold, inhuman. Even the most stylish glass windowed $20 square good schools are ugly and cold places. And the question is, how does the school environment influence the child's awareness of the world? Now I get the answer. Now I think I get the answer. think I got the answer, but I don't want to tell the answer.
You should tell us.
I feel like I know the answer now, but I don't tell my answer. I want you to listen and I want you to try. Can you try with me?
Sharing knowledge can increase your knowledge more. Sir.
Where the ChatGPT questions can be answered only by ChatGPT, right? And when you bring to teachers, then you test out. Okay, I got the answer now. How does the school environment influence child's awareness of the world? Here's the answer. The school gradually teaches a child to turn himself off. Because the school does not allow children to interact with others in the school and classroom. So they always say, listen to me, don't make noise. And the children never have chance to talk to people around. So gradually they become introvert. Gradually they become silent. And finally they turn themselves off. And what effect does it have? See the effect. Finally, when they turn themselves off, then as they grow in this way, they take resort to drugs and alcohol. They take resort to drugs and alcohol, the quality rights, which may be one reason why so many young people seeking the awareness of the world. They want to be aware about the world, they want to respond to the world, but the school teaches them not to be aware about the world. The school teaches them not to respond to people around them. And gradually, when they switch themselves off, finally they find resort in drugs and alcohol. Have you seen today people, today many people play PUBG, for example. They spend time on the smartphone, for example. They don't meet real people, for example. They don't go to real places, for example. They enjoy virtual world, for example. And chances are that when you live in a virtual world for a long time, then you develop a feeling that you have no connection with the world around you. And you finally, you feel depressed. And then under this depression, you resort to drugs and alcohol, and sex and pornography, and all these bad things start. You brought a difficult question, Vikyat.
Wow.
But we answer, right? But we answer.
But you answer, not me.
But we answer. Okay, number 7. Let's go to number 7. Let's check who has got next question. So we are coming to what's your name is? You gave a question on me, right? I will take one question from one person at a time. I want everyone to participate. Let's come to Miss. What's her name, Miss? Samyukta. Samyukta, what's the 7th question for 7? Just a minute.
Please, no, you need
So, you can collect scholarship forms from administration and submit by 10th of November. No holiday. It's for scholarship forms. So let's listen to Samyukta. Her question of 7. Yes, sir. So our question is, listen carefully, why are teachers and students not free to respond honestly to each other? We'll read the paragraph. First, then let's the paragraph. Number 7. So question once again, why are teachers and students not free to respond honestly to each other? Here is the paragraph. And so, in this dull and ugly place, school, where nobody ever says anything very truthful, where everybody is playing a kind of role as in a charade, where the teachers are no more free to respond honestly to the students than the students are free to respond to the teachers or each other, where the air practically vibrates with suspicion and anxiety, the child learns to live in a daze, saving his energies for those small parts of his life that are too trivial for the adults to bother with and thus remain his. It is a rare child who can come through his schooling with much left of his curiosity, his independence, or sense of his own dignity, competence, and worth. Once again, the question: why are teachers and students not free to respond honestly to each other? What prevents us in our classrooms to speak our heart? Sometimes you just have a question, and your answer is not in the book, but your answer is in the heart. You say your view, and then teachers might say, "You the millionaire,
Teachers may be this.
have you heard this thing? Have you heard this thing?" And you feel bad because you were expressing your view, and your view does not necessarily have to match with the book's view. So have you seen? This happens. Oh, I don't want the answer. I got the answer. I want you to answer. Why do you think in our schools and colleges, we students and teachers often are not able to say what we really want to say? Who will say? Who will answer my question? Why in our schools and colleges, we students and teachers often are not able to speak the voice of our heart? Why? What prevents? Yes. Let's listen to him. What's your name? Yes, please. Okay. One argument Sumi says that, okay, I agree with you. I agree with you. Because in a book on writing, the first chapter is the honest writer. And that chapter makes the argument that if you want to be good writers in life, you should speak honestly and say what you want to say. But the problem is that when you want to say what is in your heart, the fear you have is, how will people judge you?
Criticisms.
For example, if you ask me, Divakrasa, can you share your experience if you were ever sexually molested? I was molested. I was sexually molested when I was barely 5 years old child. I was molested by a 50-year-old adult. Now, if I have to speak on this experience in my early childhood, I may have difficulty feeling, oh, this video will go public in YouTube, and what will people think about me? And if I think, what will people think? I can't speak my heart. You read Manjusri's essay where she tells who kissed her for the first time. And she tells she didn't like the idea. So he's right. We fail to speak our heart because we have the feeling that how will people judge us? So to be good writers, to be good speakers, first you should gather the courage. Let them think what they think, I'll speak my heart. I agree with you. But according to the paragraph, can you tell what is preventing us from speaking the truth from our heart? Actually, have you seen in education system, we have books, right? We have curriculum, we have books, we have board questions. And every time have you seen, we teachers, we give you ready-made answers, right? And we say that if you write this answer, you will get grade A, grade B, grade C. We mail you answers, we'll give you notes, and you develop this tendency that only the answer by the teacher is fine answer. If I write my answer, it may not be as good teacher's answer. And then you start rote learning our answers that we think. Spoon feeding, rote learning, parrot learning, it is what prevents us to be creative. So teachers and students are not able to speak the truth and be creative because we think that ready-made given answers are better. So, okay, number 7. Number 8. Who will supply question number 8? Okay, I'll listen to her. Yes. Number 8. So here is number 8 question. What do we need to do to improve the situation. What do we need to do to improve the situation? And she will answer the question. In paragraph 8, see the question. What do we need to improve the situation? Up to paragraph 7, he talks about the problem. So what can we do to improve the situation? You can quickly consult paragraph. Quickly. Am I a difficult teacher? Going around the class person to person and asking specific questions, making answers? And not lecturing you and making you listen? A story? So paragraph 8. So much for criticism. What do we need to do? Many things. Some are easy. We can do them right away. Some are hard and many take some time. Take a hard one first. We should abolish compulsory school attendance. At the very least, we should modify attendance. It perhaps by giving children every year a large number of authorized absences. Our compulsory school attendance laws once served a humane and useful purpose. They protected children's right to some schooling against those adults who would otherwise have denied it to them in order to exploit the labor in farm, store, mine and factory. Today, the laws help nobody, not the schools, not the teachers, not the children, to keep kids in school who would rather not be there, cost the school an enormous amount of time and trouble, to say nothing of what it costs to repair the damage that these angry and resentful prisoners do every time they get a chance. Every teacher knows that any kid in class who, for whatever reason, would rather not be there, not only doesn't learn anything himself, but makes it a great deal tougher for anyone else. As for protecting the children from exploitation, the chief and indeed only exploitation of children these days are the schools. Kids caught in college rush more often than not, work 70 hours or more a week. Most of it on paper busy work. For kids who are not going to college, school is just a useless time waster, preventing them from earning some money or doing some useful work or even doing some true learning. And the question we have is, what do we need to do to improve the situation according to paragraph 8? Say something.
In my point of view, I think that we can improve the situation. Not only students and teachers, but parents should also be educated. Society should also be educated.
You've got wonderful ideas.
They should think, after a point of view, they have such a
Let's use English.
According to the point of view of students, they should think that what students want, not what society wants.
Schools should value what students want.
Providing according to their interests.
What I appreciate about you is that rather than speaking about the book says, you got an idea. Thank you. So, okay, we have discussed up to paragraph 8. Tomorrow we'll discuss 9 to 15. And listen, look at me. Hello. Here's an assignment. Get a cardboard of this size. For example, this pile, half of this, 8.5 inch, 6 inch. And on this single cardboard, using a pencil, good quality pencil, prepare an outline of the 15 paragraphs on a single page. And submit the card tomorrow. So tomorrow you will come with a half card on this side, card, not paper, hard card like this, cardboard. And this cardboard,
Where do you get that?
stationery shop. I give you problems and you solve it. Don't throw it back on me, right?
Not that good.
You can buy this pile and tear it. Buy this pile.
You can say A4 size paper, A4 size sheet we can write here.
No, I won't allow A4 size paper because that will give larger space. The reason is I want you to force yourself to say things briefly. So I give you less space. Only 8 inch by 6 inch.
This one's
And
okay?
yeah. And on this paper, not simple that paper, hard paper.
I
Hard.
tear this and I paste over it this cover.
Why? You tear the cover itself.
No, I tear this and cover this
Okay.
part.
And then with a pencil, prepare a diagram that outlines the essay.
Okay.
Bringing main points and submit it to me tomorrow. Okay? Thank you. Any questions? Thank you. Thank you.